Alrighty, friends, welcome back to Gnosia. Let's go on to the next loop. You really want to end the game? Yes, because there's no other option right now other than look at the data and stuff, I guess. Which can be helpful sometimes. Okay, yeah, here's where we start getting introduced to, well, this girl. We'll learn her name in a moment. But yeah, like, there's a good few loops at first until the game opens up in a way. And it takes a while. A field of flowers stretching as far as the eye can see, and some really interesting and beautiful music. There's some really creative and really good atmosphere in this game in general. The music is amazing. Young girl is picking flowers. She sometimes looks up at you and simply smiles. Even without words, you can feel what she's feeling. This speechless young girl's name is Kukrushka. No one has ever heard Kukrushka's voice before. However, the fact that she has no voice is actually part of her beauty. A very wise man once said, "Speech is golden, silence is golden." 'Twas me, I said it. Golden, 'twas me, I said it. Also, Kukrushka's expressiveness and her refined, subtle movements, they are indeed eloquent beyond words. She is, in her way, the picture of perfection in a young lady. However, a young girl is an ephemeral miracle, one that eventually ceases to be. For an old man like myself, it is one that is a bit too dazzling indeed. What's the matter, Dergy? Feel you pity for old Jonas here. And Jonas is really interesting and also terrifying, but, like, honestly, without spoiling anything, every one of these characters is interesting and terrifying in their own way, more or less. Yes, or at least most of them. I don't know about terrifying, but there's things about every single one of these characters that we will not know for a while as the main character. And, yeah, anyone that's blind here would not know. Oh boy, and I'm sure there's things I don't know, because I never beat the game. But I know quite a few of the things about these characters that are a bit ooey. And Jonas scares me in particular, and that's all I'll say for now. And, you know, y'all here that might not have played the game before will, not know what I mean for a while. Because it's not for a while that we... Or actually, I'm not sure if you can start to unravel this stuff in, like, a different order than I started to. But, but even so, it's gonna be a while before we start being able to do that. We're still getting introduced to everyone, obviously. I'm not sure if this is the last batch of characters. It might be, but I might be forgetting... No, I'm forgetting at least one character now that I think about it. Might be the only one, though. Either way. Nope, there's two characters that I haven't been introduced to yet, at least. I think that's it, though. This girl and this man. Assumedly, they will be joining us this time. Keep gazing upon me so, and I will blush. Everyone says he here in this universe. Everyone giggles. Even the men. I can get behind that. Hee. Because, you know, so do I. I actually do that laugh pretty often. It's often my little cute, malicious Durgan laugh when I'm, like, being an intentional dickhead. But Dergy, hark! The young lady beckons. Hikushka smiles and is generally very adorable, but after certain things that happen in the game, I really am terrified of her, in particular. And again, that's gonna fall short on a lot of you for most of the game. And I'm glad for that, because yeah, Kukrushka, you will know eventually, and you will not want to have known. In her hands, she carries a garland of flowers she made herself. It's beautiful. She's beautiful, but goddamn, no, I don't want to come closer. No, again, it won't make sense for a long time why I'm freaking out, but. Unless you've played the game before, but goddamn. Anyone that's played knows. Anyone that's played long enough knows. She wants to place the garland atop your head. An emergency meeting is to be held regarding anti-Gnosia procedures. So this is establishing that we have, like, a Star Trek-esque sort of virtual reality thing here. Which is cool. I see Star Trek as it's a concept that's been explored, like, you know, so much. An emergency meeting is to be held regarding incident. Oh, hold on, I already read that part. All crew members, please gather in the main console room and stop itching. My eyes are on fire. Itchy dirt. Okay. This is the observatory lounge. Levi has shut down the projected image of the field of flowers. Rather tactless, but apparently the situation is urgent. Come, we must go. And see, we've looped again, but it's an entirely different scenario to start with, again. And that's the theme. The only commonality about the scenario is there's always a meeting about the Gnosia containment procedure thing. Hey, alright, let's vote a Gnosia out. There's always that. That is the only commonality between these loops. And what's funny is not all loops will actually... Well, not all loops will go the same, but I think most of them will start with one, but don't quote me. I think there's a few that end up not actually having one of these for very, specific plot reasons and very specific events that cause things to move forward. But regardless... Okay, so, about these discussions, I feel like someone who can't talk is kind of screwed, right? Oh no, Karushka's very expressive. I think she'll be fine. Karushka gestures to everyone's attention. She smiles as if to reassure Shigemichi that she's okay. Wow. Yeah, also, fear her, people. Just do it, okay? Don't question it, fear it. Fear her. I almost gave away what she was, because she's not human. Ah, shit! She's not a Gnosia either, or she... Yeah, okay. I will say nothing more. Whoops, that was a spoiler. Looks like she's alright. Okay, let's get started, eh? But yeah, just because she's not human does not mean she's Gnosia, by the way. She's just not human. We'll leave it at that. And if I said doesn't mean that she's not Gnosia, I mean doesn't mean that she's Gnosia. She can be either a crew member or a Gnosia. Also, well, I guess you could also technically say that Chippy isn't human, or he's trying not to be human. It has something to do with the cat in his neck. It's pretty obvious there. But, don't question that for now, because that will be explained later. Again, this game has weird shit, but it's really interesting weird shit in general. Sometimes it's horrifying weird shit. But we'll get to that. We haven't really gotten to most of the horrifying weird shit yet. Oh boy. Except for Yuriko being able to snap her fingers, and now everyone's suspicious of us, and she also seemed to end the loop by extending her hand at us. I don't know exactly. I still don't know exactly what Yuriko's deal is, but I know part of her deal. Actually, I don't remember. Was it Yuriko that had... I think it was. But either way, that's in the future. That's something I'm just thinking about that I don't want to spoil. So. Okay, so. For now, I'll just let things progress. Something about Gina's kind of fishy. I mean, just look at those eyes. Now, the thing with Comet is she's good at detecting liars, but she is a bad liar herself. And I've found that oftentimes, if she... And this is a rule that I've noticed for a lot of the game. If someone starts off immediately doubting someone that hasn't spoken, oftentimes it's pretty safe to assume that person is Gnosia, AC follower, or a third thing we haven't even been introduced to yet. But I will defend, and I'll also start being suspicious of Comet, because if the first thing someone does that isn't Yuriko, or Rakio, by the way, is doubt someone, oftentimes that's a bit of an alarming thing that I've noticed. I'm not sure if it's always true, but oftentimes that does seem to be the thing, because Yuriko and Rakio will be suspicious of people regardless. They'll just point out suspicious people. It's just part of their MOs, but not Comet. Comet will only usually point out people she's lying, and Gina that are lying, and Gina could not have lied, because she hasn't opened her mouth. So, I'll defend her for now. You refuted the doubts against Gina. I, too, place my trust in Gina. I mean, comparatively. By the way, I really like Jonas's core character, but he also scares me. But that's a lot of these characters. There's some things I know about most of these characters that are oh man. But regardless... Oh yeah, there's 3 characters. I forgot about poor Remnant. And I really feel bad about forgetting about Remnant specifically. for reasons that might be pretty obvious when we run into him finally. But I think there's 3 characters we're missing for now. And I don't remember exactly how much more tutorial-y, loops of a tutorial-y nature are after introducing all the characters, or if there is any more. And I'd say the game opens up when you start being able to choose settings for a literal in-game, in-universe reason, which I think is genius, by the way. Yeah, I was going to doubt Comet because, again, if she randomly spouts out, doubt it's someone that hasn't spoken yet, I've found that oftentimes she's the liar. And I will be metagaming this a lot, because it just helps move things along. Honestly, it really does. You pointed out some questionable points about Comet. Kikushka's eyes are filled with suspicion toward Comet. What, me? Like, seriously? I could pick it up a comment like that. People just misunderstood, Or they could be, in league with you there, Shigemichi. Also, yep, so now I also suspect Rakio and Shigemichi as like a secondary and tertiary suspect, but I will be suspecting Comet until something pulls me away from suspecting her for whatever reason. I'll actually let things progress for the moment. Stella as well. So yeah, Stella hasn't spoken for a while so far, and that is another red flag oftentimes. But not all the time. And none of these red flags are all the time a sign, oh yeah, they're definitely Gnosia. But, yeah, enough of these stacking up against the same character, and you can pretty sure bet your ass that they are, maybe not Gnosia, but AC Valor, or maybe, a third thing maybe I haven't encountered yet, like I keep saying. And there's surefire ways to tell that become easier to have access to later. But a lot of that really isn't a thing right now. I'm also going to start jacking up my logic, because that's going to really help out a lot of things. The logic skills are pretty damn helpful for getting people on your side, basically. And on the same page as you. If you know something to be true, and you want to leverage that, which, like, that's something that, if you know something to be true, in regards to a character in this game, it's fucking invaluable, I digress. Back to the video game. Really, I won't be suspicious of her. I'm gonna keep being suspicious of Comet for a while. Although, wait, there's also the fact that I think Gina tends to generally be, unfortunately, like, suspected by a lot of people, mostly, or enemy in general, or not, actually. Person, I want to put Stella for Kikushka. I say Stella's alright. I'm not such a good person. Yeah, see, Yeah, see, now I'm starting to remember a lot of the nuance slowly as we keep playing here. The proposal. Anyone with engineer credentials, speak up. I'm the engineer. Can investigate one person overnight. You can tell whether they're in this or not. Gino or Shigemichi. Or Kikushka. Oh boy. 3 engineers is always fun. I think there can be 4 as well, but I don't quite remember. Also, engineer is not the only role that can be stolen. There's one other. We haven't been introduced to it yet. By the way, I really like how the game describes her actions, although, granted, it seems to take a shortcut and make very vague descriptions, but sometimes, but oftentimes the descriptions of, what Kikushka is doing to communicate something are pretty good. But I don't really blame them for not really always having a lot of communication, a lot of ways for her to silently communicate specific things, so it's just like, Kikushka implies that blah, or something like that. Yeah, I don't blame them for that. Especially because they need to keep the character limit down for, the format of this game. For those text boxes. Wait a sec, there's only one engineer, right? What a bunch of liars. Still lack required information, so this is my impression, but Kikushka's behavior. See, at this point, I don't know. Huh. Man, I don't... I think that at this point, I don't know, man. Rakio usually isn't on people's side this much either, so I kind of feel like they've got to be on the Gnosia side, Mython, because the third thing that isn't actually on the Gnosia's side but is still an enemy is not, you know, a gameplay mechanic yet, so pretty sure it does not factor in until it's tutorialized. Okay, let's see who's going to the fridge. Oh, Jesus, I don't fucking know who to go for. But, I'll go with my gut currently, and go with Kikrushka. But in this game, second-guessing yourself is imperative at times. Thinking it's your guns is at others. I like how this game makes you think differently, depending on the specific situation in the game, and what you're trying to achieve, too. It's a really interesting logic puzzle that I really find extremely engaging. I mean, fine. Does cold sleep count as like beauty sleep? I wonder why they chose SQ, actually. But I feel like SQ is often pegged as the... no, it's the other one, I'm not sure. So those who are asleep are asleep. And now... I shall remain here. I have some stuff to which I'm interested in. And what the hell does that even mean? Bit spooky, Jonas, bit spooky. I think I'll start pumping up my logic, for sure. Oftentimes you can kind of get hints, I think, on who's on what side, to a degree or another, when you talk to them. And by the way, I don't know if any room I don't remember having read the blurb about, I'll read the blurb about here. I don't remember reading the power blurb. A large power reactor in the center of the room hums. The door in the back leads to the gravity control room. Closely, folks. Here people are putting through and taking down the bullshit. Odds line the walls, making first someone through the atmosphere. Especially because Jonas is in there and said he has stuff to attend to in this place full of sleeping people. I have a feeling it's rape or something. I don't know. Like friggin' cycling water through floors. Especially for one specific creature on the ship that we haven't. Huh. Yeah, I see. So just for like light and noise reduction? Hold on. Is that implying people masturbate in their beds? I mean, or even have sex in them? I mean, or am I just reading too into that because I am pervy? I don't know. It's probably at least a little bit of it. I mean, of course, like, I mean, granted, a bunch of people masturbate, and if you're in this kind of situation, what the hell else do you have to do except for work 1 hour, right? So, probably that's what they're getting at, though my brain might just be going too much in a pervy direction. It's like you can add, I have the creator right here to ask that right now. Anyway. Storage units and does with a comfortable bed. Interesting how there's areas for, like, I guess like a smaller sleeping area and then there's bigger sleeping areas, which what determines who gets what? I do actually wonder why. But yeah, alright. That's actually... What does Jonas say if you come back in here? I'm really curious. I am also not. Oh, wait, hold on. I had it... Okay, jeez. For some reason, the lights are dimmed and the room is dark. Jonas was supposed to be here. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God, okay. I had a feeling it was going to be something creepy. I've never done this. Immediately after he said that. Oh, Jesus Christ. I won't even read this. Maybe let's not speak of it. Yeah, okay. It's clear he's got some weird people in sleep fetish. Like, I hope he's not literally having sex with him, or like masturbating. But I have a feeling it's like something like that. Oh, jeez. Yay. Well, I know I'm not Gnosia, so... But again, the Gnosia would know who the humans are. So, that also, you know, it could be either or. I checked out someone else. Jonas was human, just like me. Okay, I'm gonna find the next Gnosia. I investigated the third thing, because holy shit. See, that's two that have investigated me. I feel like that makes it more likely that either of them might be human, but they also might have just both investigated me and or both quote-unquote investigated me. And we're both probably one AC follower, one Gnosia, I think. Though I'm pretty sure, yeah, several Gnosia can be the same. I'll have to verify that later, I don't quite remember, but regardless. Lo, let us begin the day's discourse. I shall raise the first subject. Have you any objections? Now everyone, tell me what you think. Was SQ put to sleep yesterday at the true Gnosia? Was the decision you made the correct one? If we knew that, this would all be so easy. But it is knowable. Knowable to me! And why you ask? Because I am Jonas, the doctor of the ship. And here we go. Doctor of this very ship. And here we go. Here's the doctor tutorial. Okay, yeah, and he was checking the body, but let's not think about what that means exactly. The doctor is able to discern whether... Why is the doctor parenthesed? I don't know. Is able to discern whether the person is put into cold sleep the previous day was really Gnosia or not via examination. There's only one doctor at a time. No, than 11% of the result of my examination yesterday, SQ was put in the cold sleep and was indeed Gnosia. That is the whole of the information which I can provide you now. I implore you to use it wisely and effectively. You check the doctor reports from data reference, and he's the only doctor, so he is the doctor in this case. But it will not be so cut and dry later, as y'all are probably already realizing about all of these. The reveal is cut and dry in order to reveal the mechanic, and then it ain't so much for. Though, you know, depending on how they tutorialize a specific mechanic in a future loop, they may make certain other things cut and dry for that one. And then there's also going to be some cut and dry stuff for other future ones, but it'll be more sparing the more we progress in the game. But yeah. Further contemplation tells me that Gina is indeed sketchy. He just said, "A wise man changes his mind, a dumbass, like, doesn't." And Kuska stares at Gina sternly. Right? Gina's looking kind of weird. She's been looking fire and stuff. Apparently I've seen suspicious. Gina isn't the one who's been investigating right now. I mean, come on, really? Let's see. Yeah, so SQ was Gnosia. We know that because he has to be the real one. At least I hope he's the real one. Actually, does he have to be? I don't think he absolutely is, like, absolutely necessarily the doctor. If he's the real one, though... But see, Kukushka hasn't given a report yet, has she? But if Jonas really is the real doctor, then Shikamichi is very likely one of our two fakes. And then one of the people that voted that said I was a human were also fakes. So... Wait, hold on. It says here numbers correspond to each doctor, but it's the engineer in this case. Each doctor, yeah, okay. Whoops, it says doctor even on the engineer one. That's weird, but hey. We know what it means, so shrug. Maybe they put doctor there instead of engineer because the word engineer would have like run over into the back button. I don't know. Anyway. Chibu was eliminated. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm gonna start suspecting Shikamichi because for the moment I'm gonna assume Jonas is the real doctor because he's the only one that stepped up. And I think that's generally the right thing to do, although it's not necessarily true, I do believe. Don't quote me though. But yeah, for the moment, Shikamichi, because he voted for Jonas, and he's the real doctor. As far as we know, anyway. Point out some questionable points about Shikamichi. Shikamichi is lying, I can tell. You're suspecting me? What the hell? Dergy is enough to start... I don't care if you lie, Stella. What's the purpose of these lies? A lot of people don't seem to like Stella. I bet I'm gonna go ahead and agree. Because if Shikamichi really is Gnosia and Stella just offended him, that's a pretty good sign that, you know. You stated too you had been doubting Stella. I know, right? So that's totally fishy. It's like there's a serious stink coming out of Stella. Really, I am. There's a whole trend of casting doubt on Stella's ploy. Yes, indeed. I must sip my tea like a jackass. No, I like to consider myself a non-jackass in real life, but I still love me some tea. Nice and warm and love tea. Especially when it starts getting cold, like it is recently, because it's the October main. What's the matter, Gina? Come out, hold it on, and share it with us. So, he suspects her, and again, at this point, I've decided he is a real doctor, but that doesn't quite mean that she's not an engineer. Yusuke stares at Gina sternly. Of course she does, because she's the other engineer. And, of course, all the engineers jump on the bandwagon, because that's the smart thing to do. If, you know, for all of them, because the fake engineers want them to be the only one controlling the engineer information. And the real engineer wants their actual true information to be the information people get. So, yeah. Apparently I seem suspicious. He's the one we should be suspecting right now. I mean, come on, really? Alright, yeah. I am going to go ahead and vote for Shikamichi. Pretty sure he's pretty... but they got Gina. Bye, Gina. Hug. I'll do him if you go. Let's see, what if I talk to Shikamichi? Even though I, like, pretty much know he's a Gnosia or possibly AC follower? Nope, Dergy, keep your distance now, got it? Oh, no. Okay, whoops. And yeah, I think maybe the reason he was like that was because because I was suspicious towards him, but he might have just been a detractor all along, but no, that literally confirmed that I was fucking wrong. Interesting. Either that or this is the bug tutorial here. But, well, we'll get to that when we get to that. If it is the bug tutorial, then we'll get to that right about now, but if it ain't, then it ain't. That's the third thing I was talking about, by the by, that's not a Gnosia or a AC follower, but definitely an enemy to the humans regardless. And also the Gnosia, it's an interesting thing. You requested anyone who is not reported to come forward. Kuska reports. She implies that she found Jonas to be Gnosia. Dina was not Gnosia. Yeah, I didn't think so. I think Kikrushka is Gnosia, then. Kind of if someone such as me. I think Setsu might be Gnosia as well. If Kikrushka is. I'll go ahead and just let things happen. Stella. She doesn't have... So she's a detractor, though, of mine. But... It's weird, because again, I don't really know what the detractor is supposed to do, because she's mostly agreed with me by saying Kikrushka is suspicious when I said she was, so... I don't know. But, yeah, I'm gonna defend, because I don't think she is. I'm not sure exactly... I guess the detractor is just more likely to be against you. But I guess that's really what it is. Because again, this game is so much left up to chance. So much. Comet might be as well, but she very well might be one, but let's hope that... Yeah, they got oh, never mind. Oh wow, Jonas too. Alright. Considering he's the only doctor that came forward, I'm gonna cover, not doubt, Jonas. Time to win. Hopefully that will mean that... Well, we'll see. Okay, yeah, we got it. Cool. Good. You got it. Oh, no, she's been put in? Hey, cool. There we go. I was actually expecting to be that right. Looks like the Gnosia are all gone. Guess what that means? We win, right? Our ship is now safe once again. I hope to bring you all nothing but comfort and convenience from now on. Now, everyone, please enjoy the rest of your journey. But yeah, what Stella's deal is really interesting to me. Yeah, we got him. Hell yeah. Yep. SQ was indeed Gnosia, yep, and yep, Jonas was the real doctor. Kikrushka was Gnosia, and Gina was an AC follower, so they got him. And oftentimes, if someone gets through that you weren't suspecting, you know, that it gets voted off, oftentimes they, not always, of course, because, you know, if the Gnosia are the one getting someone all, you know, distrusted, then it's gonna be a human that gets, you know, cold slept, but there will be times where, even if you don't suspect a person, it'll be a nice safety thing because the other people will, and they will get them got. And in this case, that is what happened, except we don't really need the AC followers to be gotten. We just need the Gnosia to be gotten. But it is very helpful that the AC follower was too, because they spread all sorts of lies and confusion, and it can kind of be difficult to try to figure out who to believe when the AC follower's around, and that's kind of their deal. But yeah. Okay, also I can level. Yeah, it feels good.